just putting on the rubber band as well as plugging it in. Uh-oh, what's wrong with the rubber band? At the back. There we go, that should be good. Despite the fact that I started late tonight, I started at a pretty bizarre time. I started tonight at 9:55, and I am going to end it tonight at 11:55. Don't worry about it. Don't question it. Trust the process. So I did indeed cook up a steak for dinner tonight. We were actually going to eat something pretty simple. We were going to boil whatever leftover pasta we had. So we had like half a bag of elbow macaroni as well as a couple of like, what's it called? Rigatoni? Well, not exactly rigatoni. The other one, the one that looks similar. Forgive me for not knowing every pasta name. So anyways, we just boiled whatever pasta we had left over. And then what we were going to do is we were just going to open one of those canned soups and just call it a night. We were going to do that until my dad said that my uncle was bringing over sushi. So instead of, doing so, we ate sushi and steak. We basically had surf and turf. Or at least I did. I ate majority of the steak, cut a couple slices for my mom. My dad doesn't eat beef. He also doesn't like fish, too. Especially when it's the raw variety. And me too, I'm not too partial to eating raw fish. So today, I only have 2 things to discuss instead of 3. Oh, my sister's coming home. So, my dogs are gonna bark soon. I have 2 things to talk about today instead of 3. Today, I only have From and Secret Level. I don't have the next episode of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Now, the reason for that is the very, very sketchy website I use online to watch it. It just didn't want to play episode 2 for me. I'm not paying for Disney Plus because Disney is a whole bunch of, losers giving us a bunch of woke stuff. Give me a second. Let me close the door. They were already let out. Pretty sure they pooped. Anyways, yeah, aside from not paying for Disney Plus, no longer financially supporting Disney, and also the website I use just didn't want to play. And aside from that, it's actually surprisingly hard to find online this show to watch. You know how many Spider-Man projects there are? Think beyond, no pun intended, think beyond the live-action movies or just the movies in general. You know how many animated Spider-Man shows there have been? It is surprisingly hard to find this one online. And you know what? Maybe it was a blessing in disguise that I was not able to watch the second episode, at least not yet. Because from the second episode, I saw a clip confirming indeed that the character of the Lizard, Kurt Connors, has been both race and gender swapped. So the Spider-Man villain character of the Lizard is now a woman of color. When I first saw this, I saw it was real. It's confirmed it's actually real. This was my reaction.
Here, let's click on it.
Oh. You want me to play that again, but louder? This was my reaction. The fact that it's real, the fact that they really did race and gender bend the Lizard. Oh, why do you think I was not excited for this show? Why do you think I have almost no passion to watch this show? For the sake of completion, I'm still going to, but I'm not looking forward to it. So, the universe threw me a bone and prevented me from subjecting myself to this woke nonsense for at least a little bit longer. But at some point, I'm gonna have to put myself through that misery. So yeah, today only From and Secret Level. I'll talk about the show in a second when a certain douchebag shows up. If he even shows up tonight, that is. Ugh. You know why I'm yawning so much right now? This morning, my family, we all had to wake up early to once again go to that Chinese temple I went to a couple weeks back. Why we had to go a second time, I'm not too sure. I tell you, I was not happy about it. And then eventually, because we go to 2 different Chinese temples to pray during Chinese New Year, because the 2 of them are pretty close by. Eventually, when we went to the second one, I was basically given a year-long side quest. Because I was instructed that the red envelope I was being handed, I would need to bring it back the following year for whatever. So I need to hold on to it for an entire freaking year. As if I would even, you know, care enough to remember where I would put it. Ugh. Alright, so let me real quick show you the stuff that I got today. In Pokemon Go, of course. Alright, so up first, and when I say up first, I mean that literally. First thing that spawned off of my daily incense today was a shiny Onyx. First thing, the first spawn off of the daily incense, a shiny Onyx. And then I caught a 0 IV Snivy. And then I got a shiny Dunsparce. So now I have yet another chance whenever the Dunsparce gets added into Pokemon Go. You know, I'll be honest, because right now they're doing the Year of the Snake thing with Pokemon Go, so a lot of snake Pokemon are spawning in. One of the more prominent spawns being Snivy. You know, I was hoping to get at least a shiny Snivy. Why not? Now, do I need it? No. Because, you know, we had Snivy Community Day in the past, so I have several shiny Snivies in my game. But, you know, getting a shiny starter is always cool. But, you know, arguably I got something even more rare. A 0 IV Snivy. I'll take it. I'll gladly take it. In fact, I would actually take it over a shiny Snivy, just because I already have several. Alright, what kind of music can I play? What the hell? A stinking ad played. But yeah, I'm not happy about the fact that I had to wake up early in the morning again to go to that stinking Chinese temple to pray for the quote-unquote New Year. You know, in my westernized mind, whenever someone tells me Happy New Year, I'm just like, fuck you mean it's New Year? It's February. New Year passed a month ago. I don't care for this holiday. If it were up to me, I would not celebrate this holiday. Well, you know, it's not the position. I'm not in that position. I had to wake up at 8 in the morning. So today at work, we also went through the whole lion dance thing. You know, Chinese New Year, you have those dancers with that giant lion head doing the lion dance. You know, the drums and the head of lettuce. For anyone not Asian who doesn't know what I'm talking about, well, that's some sort of celebratory tradition, I suppose. Oh, you know what's funny? You want to know something funny? So, this morning I did go to that Chinese temple to pray in the morning. And for the first time in my entire life, every time I've gone there year after year, for the first time ever, I saw someone, a human being there, who was not Asian. For the first time at this Chinese temple, I saw a white guy actually partaking in the praying stuff. It's like, wow, that's such a rare sight. I've never seen a white guy here before. You know, sometimes I really do wonder, like, you know, what Americans, what white people would think about certain Asian traditions, certain Chinese celebratory whatevers. Would they think it's weird? Would they think it's unusual? Kind of like how I do, as an Asian guy myself. But then again, I guess that would be the same for, like, literally any other culture, right? Like, for example, you know, a white person can see, like, an Indian celebration as a little bit bizarre. But, you know, it's normal for them. It's normal in their culture. It's just different. You know, I've hatched so many Feebas eggs at this point, and I still don't have a single shiny. I haven't counted how many eggs I've hatched yet, as of right now. I feel like I'm at odds, which, you know, I'm only at odds. Just shows you how slow this freaking game is. But, you know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to see it through. You know, it's a movie I remembered that I still haven't watched yet? Kraven the Hunter. That came out, what? Almost 2 months ago? And it is well available online. At some point, I gotta watch that. I need to remember to watch that. You know, tonight during dinner, my family, as usual, had TVB on. And then this program was playing. It was like a documentary series with Cicely Choi. So I got curious and I looked up the TV guide. Like, what is this even called? It's called, like, TVB Connecting Earth and Heaven. Wait, is that what it was called? Let me see. No, it was Connecting Earth and Sky. So a part of me started thinking, like, wait a second. This isn't necessarily, a show, a drama. It's more of like a documentary kind of thing. And that kind of got me wondering, like, these almost smaller kind of budget productions, where do they end up? Right? I don't think a lot of TVB series, gets burned onto a DVD, get burned onto a Blu-ray. Don't really go onto physical. I don't know, it's other side of the world, not sure how their productions work. I don't know if there is one, but I am pretty sure there is more than likely a Chinese, Hong Kong streaming service where all these shows are at. But, like, would something like this really be on there? I mean, I don't see why not, but it's like, well, if it isn't, where do they go? These kind of documentary, almost one-off programs on TV, where do they go afterwards? I mean, sure, the production company probably just has it and just is archived in their vault forever. But it's like, well, if anyone didn't catch it as it aired on TV, and if it's not on any physical media or streaming series or streaming service, how's anyone supposed to even know about it? Right? Like, unless you watched it on TV and you know it exists, you're more than likely never even gonna find out it does exist to begin with. And then, if you manage to find out, how are you supposed to watch it? Right? And don't even get me started on, Googling it and watching it online. Because it's like, well, how do you find a one-off documentary that aired like 20 years ago online? That majority of the population never heard of, right? As an example, it's not 20 years old, it just aired. But I'm just saying, like, someday, how is somebody supposed to remember? Supposed to know, that exists, and how are they supposed to find it? It's not exactly what we have these days with Obama on Netflix voicing some, like, nature documentaries, I think. Still kind of crazy to me that Obama is on Netflix voicing over stuff. Alright, I think that's enough of that. So while I wait to see if this asshole's gonna show up at some point, I have a video to watch. Discomal earlier today, actually 2 hours ago it says here, posted part 4 of President's Play Luminescent Platinum. So I'm gonna partake. You know what? That reminded me. The video started off with a Larvitar, and that reminded me to let you guys know about a couple of things that I want to receive a Mega Evolution. Moving past the obvious ones, Flygon, Kalos starters, Charizard Z, a second Mega Evolution for Venusaur and Blastoise, Skarmory. Aside from the obvious ones, you know who I actually want to see receive Mega Evolutions? I want to see the rest of the pseudo-legendaries get them. Game Freak, just rip off the band-aid. Just bite the bullet and give us the Dragonite-ite. Just give it to us, okay? None of us would care that it's a funny name. Just give us the Keystone. No, not the Keystone. Just give us the Megastone Dragonite-ite and just move on. But yeah, we already have a Mega for Tyranitar, Salamence, Metagross. That's already 3 pseudo-legendaries to have Mega Evolutions. Give me a Mega for Dragonite, Hydreigon, Goomy, Como-O, Baxcalibur. Did I forget one? Oh yeah, we already have Mega Garchomp. You know what I mean. So we have Mega Pseudos already. Give us a Mega for the rest of the Pseudos. Please. And yeah, while you're at that, give us a Mega Charizard Z as well, thank you. And you know what? Speaking of which, another Pokemon topic that happened earlier today. So, was playing Pokemon TCG Pocket. And today I pulled a Mismagius EX. So I screenshot it and I shared it to my friends. And then on the, I think it's the Wonder Pick option. Excuse me. So I saw someone had a full art Staraptor available. And I tried my luck at it and I actually managed to get it. So I just screenshotted it and showed my friends that I just received, by luck. Well, I suppose everything's by luck. I just got a full art Staraptor card. And then, my friends were just like, my favorite bird, Staraptor. And I'm just thinking, overrated. I'm sorry, it kind of is a little overrated. Kind of like Charizard. You have to admit, it is overrated. Like 2 of my friends saying that their favorite bird was Staraptor. And then I said overrated. My favorite is Talonflame. The dollar store Charizard. My friend said Corviknight is pretty cool. And then I replied, I'm surprised you even know what a Corviknight is. He replied, I played Pokemon Sword. To which I replied, basically in my mind, nobody but me plays Pokemon. Because literally everyone I know, all my friends, fell off the series. So it surprises me whenever I hear, one of my friends say they played a more recent Pokemon game. Because damn near 90% of all my friends, I'd say 95, 98, 99% of all my friends, yeah, they don't play Pokemon anymore. They hopped on the hype when Pokemon Go first came out. They hopped on the hype for TCG Pocket right now. But for the most part, they mostly completely fell off of Pokemon. They don't play the games anymore, watch the anime anymore, they don't follow Pokemon anymore, period. Except for me. I'm the only one who's still with it. A friend of mine said, he just like, he grew out of it after Diamond and Pearl. To him, it just became repetitive. The games were the same thing, rinse and repeat. Pick a starter, 8 gym badges, beat the champion, win the game. And I admit, it was the same formula over and over, though I didn't have a problem with it. I was never one to clamor for change, like, switch up the formula. I never thought the franchise really needed it. And then, I told my friends that, well, even if I wanted to stop playing Pokemon, which I don't, but I'm just saying, even if I want to stop playing Pokemon, I'm already in too deep. With a new game comes new digital monsters, new designs to collect. Must update that living dex. Because let me tell you, folks, the longer the franchise goes on, the more designs that get added, the more handy actually having one of everything caught actually becomes. Because, as of this very moment right now, there's 1,025 of them shits. And when you factor in all the different forms, there's easily like 3,000 different forms of Pokemon. Don't believe me? What about like the 28 forms of Unknown? The, was it like 20 something? No, I think it was 18 or 19. 18 or 19 Vivian forms. You have all these different forms, and then basically that total number times 2 for the shiny. But I'm just thinking about base forms, not shiny. I think not shiny, we have like 3,000 different forms of Pokemon designs. And then obviously multiply that by 2 for the shiny forms. Yeah, there's a lot of designs. It's actually kind of mind-blowing just how many original designs Pokemon has. I say original designs, though a good majority of them are, much more lacking in the design department. Because, who can forget? Who can forget such memorable Pokemon like the bird, the other bird, the pile of sludge, the garbage bag, the ice cream cone, the ball with eyes? Like, who can forget such memorable designs? And I'll be honest, yeah, for the most part, a lot of bird Pokemon are literally just regular birds. Like, if you didn't know it was a Pokemon, you could probably be like, what is this cute little drawing of a real-life bird? Oh, it's a Pokemon? Oh. Kind of thought this was based on something. Thought, like, this was just a cartoonified, real-life bird. Anyways, you're here now. What did you think about the Beast Games episode, since it looks like that's what you want to talk about? Thoughts? Man took care of that girl real well. I mean, in his very terrible defense, he did leave her with something. He could have taken it all. But no, he left her with something. Very little. As of $27,000 is little. hold on, give me a second. How much would you have taken? You were there. You could take as much as you want. How much would you have taken? I honestly, yeah, 100K. Honestly, if I was there, I would have taken only my cut. So 10%, 100K. Bitch, I ain't that greedy. I don't know. I don't know. The person I know is, you know... Yeah. You know, I ain't either. Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence, but let me tell you, wrong. You know, I find it kind of interesting. You know, for the most part, had they done it right, you would just take the 1 mil with the button for sure. But a 1 mil split, you would take 100K. You know, like I was trying to say, like, majority of the guys in those houses all collectively thought to take their share, which is 10%, 100K. It only took the second house for that chain to break. The lady in the first house took her 10%. The dude in the second house already broke the chain. Broke the combo. So yeah, that you know, hive mind thinking didn't last long. It took number 2 to break what was unanimously thought. Wombo combo. Can you imagine though? Imagine for a second that the second guy did not take more than what he should have, you know? Well, I say what he should have. He could have taken as much as he wanted. Alright, hold on. Imagine if he did not take his even divide. The third guy, do you think he still would have taken 650? Because if he did, he would look even shittier. Like, oh, we were all actually going to take our own portion? No, I had to think about my family. That would have been 773K. What about this, though? If he didn't want to, you know, save some for that other girl who he wanted to help out, he easily could have just, you know, because he even said himself, it's the 5 mil is not guaranteed. So he easily could have just taken what was left. He could have taken everything, be like, listen, it's no 5 mil, but this is already a lot of money. I accept that you guys are more than likely gonna vote me off now, because I already made bank right now. You guys can vote me off. Because there's no way me taking all of the money, you guys aren't voting me off. He technically could have. People hated him anyways, so he technically could have. And, you know, kudos to that one guy who chose not to take any, because he saw right through Mr. Beast's game. He knew it was a trap. Anything else about the episode of Beast Games you want to mention? You want to bring up? BRB playing Lethal Company. Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick. I'm not sick or anything, I just feel something. I'll be right back. Oh, much better. Much better. Alright, dude said he's playing Lethal Company, so he's not here. Now that that jerk's out of here, let's actually talk about this From episode. Actually, before that, you know how tired I am? Man, I'm gonna go straight to bed after this. Like I said, I got up at 8 this morning. And damn it, I didn't even wash my hair this morning. I stupidly decided not to wash my hair this morning. I should have known better. Because, you know, I go one day without washing my hair. It gets super greasy. And, you know, I already mentioned before, when my hair is greasy, it parts much easier, showing more of the bald spots. The only times, at this point, I only wash my hair 6 days a week. At this point, I only not wash my hair once a week, and that is on my day off from work, where I can be as bald as I want and nobody sees, nobody judges. I'm sure my parents aren't too happy when they come home and see, but you know, what can they really do, right? You know, that's partially why I don't really use conditioner these days. Even though it's winter and it's brisk out there, it's cold and brittle outside, it's why I don't really use conditioner. Because I go one day without washing my hair and it is so greasy. Even, you know, even though it's cold and I don't really sweat. That and I actually just ran out of conditioner. You know, it's why I don't use conditioner. I absolutely do not use conditioner during summertime, because I sweat plenty during summer. You know, that's why I only wash my hair 6 days a week, and whenever I have a day off, I don't wash it that day. Washing your hair regularly, like too often, is bad, because it strips the hair of all of its natural oils and whatnot. So, you know, whenever I'm at home, don't need to go to work, the one day may as well just let it, you know, let it grease up. Let the natural oils just remain and do its job. Let me tell you, sometimes it is indeed satisfying building up a nice greasy head of hair. And then just one swift motion, get rid of all of it. The next time you wash your hair, man, that's satisfying. It's uncomfortable, you know. It's uncomfortable, but once you finally wash it all off, man, does that feel good. Whoops. Well, he said dude left, I'll be honest. He left, so it's like, do I even talk about From anymore? Because the whole reason I'm even talking about the show is because of him. The whole reason I'm even watching the show is because of him. So what fun is it to discuss if he's not even listening? If only he would have been nice enough to do that for me when watching the shows I recommended. But no, why am I giving him such a great treatment when it comes to his show? Why am I waiting for him before I actually proceed with the discussion about the show that he loves so much? I don't know. Hubris? If that's even the right time to use it? Or maybe, you know, it's that thing where, you know, treat others how you want to be treated. He didn't treat me very good at all when it came to the shows I suggested. But yet, here I am, showing him this is how you should have done it, douchebag. Not spoil anything from the show, unless accidentally, of course. Not give up on the freaking show. And certainly not call it boring 5 minutes into the first episode. Fucking asshole. So, I suppose we'll save the From discussion for next time when he actually brings his annoying ass back here. Douchebag. What an asshole. What an absolute jackass of a friend I have. And can you believe this guy gets more dates than I do? Well, actually, I suppose that's not the hardest thing to believe. Because, like I said, he is tall. He is thin. And, you know, he's, like, averagely good looking, no homo. You know, he's a decent looking guy. He's not a, you know, drop dead gorgeous Chad, but he's also not a, you know, not a 1 out of 10. Just an average, normal looking guy. Who has the benefits of being tall. So maybe that's not as hard to believe, the fact that he actually goes on way more dates than I do. Well, since he's not here and I don't have to wait for anyone to show up, and if I'm not gonna talk about my shows since he's not here, I guess I'll just go back to watching my videos. So let's hope a shiny shows up. Because I did indeed find Kyogre, I did. So you know, the moment we find the shiny Latios, we're ready for the next hunt, being Kyogre. Huh. Huh. So I'm right now watching the video, and, you know, the presidents mentioned that in the base Diamond and Pearl games, base Sinnoh games, you never go to the Fuego Ironworks. Yeah, that's true, because I never heard of the place until recently. But then they mentioned that, you know, it was a pretty integral location in the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl anime, because that's where Team Galactic developed the red chain for, you know, their evil schemes. I'm just thinking, really? Really? Did they? Damn, has it been that long since I watched the Diamond and Pearl anime? I can't remember. And yeah, it actually has been quite a while since I watched the Diamond and Pearl anime. Has it been 20 years since it came out yet? I don't think so, right? Hasn't been 20 years since Diamond and Pearl just yet. Day by day, we're getting closer. Let's say 15 years. Around 15 years ago was the Diamond and Pearl anime airing. Though obviously I watched it again since it finished. How long ago? I don't remember. It's been a couple years. It has to have been at least like 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know. With the Pokemon TV YouTube channel, like, going gangbusters and going crazy, uploading episode after episode, at some point, you know, they're gonna finish uploading all of the original episodes from the first few seasons, and then they're gonna start uploading, you know, the adventures that took place in Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova. They're gonna work their way up. Obviously, I, for one, cannot wait until they start posting the Kalos episodes, though I imagine that's a couple years down the line from now. I mean, hey, it would be nice to be able to watch some Sinnoh episodes again. Excuse me. And, you know, let's think about that real quick. I don't know how many episodes of the Pokemon anime there are. Let's say at least 1,000. If they upload one episode a day, by the time we reach 1,000, that's going to be like just about 3 years. And I imagine they're not going to upload the newest episodes that are airing today, right now, the newest episodes of Horizon. I imagine they're not going to upload those immediately. They're probably going to wait a few years, let those become vintage and old, before uploading those as well. I'm sure you guys are aware of just how much of a mess it is to watch the Pokemon anime, like, entirely. Because they're not all on one streaming service. You know, if I want to jump straight from the Kanto storyline to the Johto storyline to Hoenn and Sinnoh, I would need like 4 different streaming service subscriptions. Because for some reason, you know, you have one series on, say, Netflix, you have another series on, Paramount? I don't know. Whatever, the Pokemon distribution rights is an absolute mess. And you are crazy if you're thinking I'm going to pay for a dozen different streaming services just to watch 1,000 episodes in a row. I want to go to bed. I'll be honest, even if I wanted to talk about From, I don't know if I have the energy to do so today. I'm borderline falling asleep over here. But I'm gonna push through until I reach the 2-hour mark. Oh, I'm sorry I've been silent for a while. I'm tired. Just watching videos on the side. Oh, you know what I need to watch? I need to watch some news about the tariffs that are being put onto Canada, Mexico, thanks to Trump. You know, I may like a lot of things Trump is doing, but, you know, can't please everyone, right? Not everything he does I'm gonna agree with. So let me take a look at some of the news. Ooh, hold on. Wait, Megan 2.0. There's an official teaser. Cool. Oops. Huh. You know, I have basically no idea what tariffs on Canada would actually mean. I'm actually not too sure what that even means. And some of my smart friends, well, I can't even say some. All my friends are smarter than me. But for the most part, they didn't even know what that means. And you know, unlike me, they're actually smart in general. Man, look who came back. He's done his game of Lethal Company and now he's back. Well, I'm not gonna talk about From tonight, but we got like 20 minutes left. I'm not gonna talk about it tonight. I'm too tired to talk about it today anyways. We getting that The Boys Season 3 talk yet? Hey! Where's my Walking Dead Season 3 talk, Where's that at? And, buddy, you say that... I think you lagged out. You say that, you know, there are gore moments that would be too much for me to handle. So far, from what I've seen in From and The Boys, I'm not even really phased at all. You're saying there's this one episode of The Boys in Season 4? Well, if you're telling me it's only just one episode... Damn. It's like, honestly, I feel like some of the deaths in The Walking Dead, specifically in the range from like seasons 3 to 5, really would be too much for you. Because some of them are even too much for me, let alone you. Because some of those deaths are very brutal, very unforgiving. Deaths like Noah, Sam, Aiden, those ones are really hard to watch. You're telling me one episode of gore is too much for me to handle? Buddy, how about several different deaths throughout the entire run of the show? Trying to think, what else was a very gory death? Fear the Walking Dead had several, at least in the first 3 seasons. Isn't it crazy? I kind of find the first 3 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead to have even more brutal deaths than the first 3 seasons of the main show. Obviously, that's not speaking for a majority of the show, since, 8 seasons, only 3 of them were good. But whatever. Well, about 10 more minutes, and I'm gonna call it for tonight. I am exhausted. I am going straight to bed after this. Got up at 8 in the morning to once again go pray at that Chinese temple. Only this time, I don't know if my sister asked or if my sister prayed that, I would find a girlfriend. I think this time my sister, she told me she would pray that she has a kid. Well, just about 5 more minutes. And then I get to finally go to bed. One more after this one, and then I'll call it for tonight. I am too tired to do any more. Alright, last one. Please? No. Alright, see you guys next time.